Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us. Do us a huge favor. Smash that subscribe channel. It really helps. Subscribe channel. Hit that subscribe button. It helps channel grow. Benny, where can they find us on social media?
Yeah, you can find us at Ray Benny Sports. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check us out also on Reddit and Discord. And don't forget, leave us a rating on your favorite podcast provider.
And special shout out to our show sponsor, Fahrenheit Airbrushing. Stand out on the ice, pavement, field, or in the stands with a custom airbrush helmet, goalie mask, or any type of project. A local Manitoba business with affordable solutions. Check out Fahrenheit Airbrushing on Facebook or call them at 204-891-7431.
And don't forget to tell them that Ray and Benny sent you.
Let's get right into it. The Bombers. When's the last time they let a team put a 50 bomb on them? I'm not even going to do the research. It's not worth it. They did not play well against Calgary. Dru Brown did not play well against Calgary. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in Dru Brown as the starter?
I'm going to go with like 50%. So I'm going to go with 5. Yeah, I think I've seen enough. Well, not that I've seen enough, I guess, because I'm not a good evaluator of football players in all that sense. But as a fan, looking at this guy, I feel like he's the type of guy, good backup, good guy to have to come into a game, play a couple games maybe, but full-time starter, like he's still making the same mistakes over and over again. We saw this in the Ottawa game, but he got away with it. The Calgary game, they still had an opportunity, even with that game going sideways after that weird interception, Ontario Wilson interception out of the air kind of play from Calgary. They had an opportunity there to now come back into this game. And his first pass after that was an INT. Now, I know there was struggles on the O-line with injuries and stuff like that, but decision-making from this guy just does not seem very good. And arm strength, I kind of agree with Dinwiddie on it. It's not fully there.
This does not seem like a 5. That seems like a 2 at best.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm
bit confidence as Dru Brown as a starter.
Yeah.
You flat out said he's a backup. That's almost 0.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Straight up.
I think he's going to be a serviceable backup in this league, but I don't think he's ever going to be the guy. He doesn't have he has the tools to be good, but not great. So he can, I don't know what the right word is. He can get himself through a season like he's done with Ottawa and stuff like that. He'll put up some great numbers, yards wise, but interception wise and mistake wise, fumbles at turnovers, that'll also be high for him kind of thing. So he might be one of those Jake Maier kind of guys, right?
Yeah.
Although Jake Maier won a Grey Cup, did he not?
As a starter?
No. Wasn't he a backup? And then became the starter?
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Yeah, he was a backup.
It was Drew Tate. Wasn't Drew Tate the backup last time Bo Levi?
No, I was mixing it up with Nick Arbuckle beating the Bombers.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. Sorry, he'll be a Nick Arbuckle kind of guy.
Okay. I'm going to give him a 5. These past 2 games have been a real eye-opener of not knowing what exactly is going on with this dude. I'm kind of believing it's a situation where he's just trying to make too much happen. He's not taking what other teams give him, going for big plays that aren't quite accurate. He's got to calm down, I think. Hopefully, coaches go through that with him. It's like right now it's your job. Don't try and pry the job away from Collaros because it's his when he comes back. Just play and take what the opposition gives you. Don't worry about the smoke and all the comments about your arm and all that stuff. Whatever. Just play your game and what happens, happens. Don't do too much. So I'm going to think that as a starter, there's still a little piece of me that believes he can be a starter in the CFL. Can he be a Grey Cup winning starter? Can he be a perennial contender as a starter? I'm not saying that, but I think he can still be a starter. So that's why I'm going to give him a 5.
Yeah, it's tough when you look at it because you don't know, okay, is Dru Brown reading this wrong and making the wrong play? Is receiver and him just not on the same page? There was just a lot of balls thrown into tight coverages, that the receiver, he was just completely covered or the receiver wasn't ready for it kind of thing, right? It seemed off. And I know we're going to talk about this offense in a second here, But maybe there's just so many factors into it, and we're just not aware of. You can only watch so much game film, right? Like I said, for the CFL, you can only watch the telecast really, and watch the replays. I don't know if there's any other service where you can actually get like an all 22 like the NFL has or something like that.
Yeah. Speaking of that offense, use one word to describe Tommy Condell's offense. Misguided. The word of the week has been identity, and it's been used to address the Bombers not having one. Like, I'm sorry to have it's almost like a weekly thing. And this is going beyond Tommy Condell, but it's even worse now. And yes, we all knew that this guy was pass happy. But let's just historically look at these Mike O'Shea teams and even go further back in teams that have won the Grey Cup since '84. Willard Reeves, Tim Jesse, Robert Mims, Andrew Harris. Those are all power running backs. They're all teams fueled by the power running game. What happened to bully ball? It's like one season it just got wiped off the map. The Steelers have this sign that says the standard is the standard. The Bombers should have a sign that says bully ball, touch that thing, and go play bully ball. Like, why is this? It just makes no sense to me. This is a misguided team, and it's easily fixable by going back old school Bomber football and running. Did I say Willard Reeves? I said Willard Reeves, right?
Yes.
Jeez, misguided.
You probably got to go back and get Lapo at this point. But again, you want to play bully ball. Tommy Condell is probably not the right guy to hire to do that, right? And to me, I'm going to go with, I'll throw my word out before we go into this more. I'll go with inconsistent because it's all over the map. And Brady Oliveira talked about it. We don't have this identity you mentioned. But you had Brady Oliveira, who's at 120 yards, just ripped off a 45-yard touchdown, and then did not see the ball again until the last minute of the fourth quarter.
From the third quarter to then.
Yeah. For the last minute of the third quarter to the last minute of the fourth quarter. Did not touch the ball. Now you got Brady Oliveira also running out, lining up wide, right? And then he goes offside. So there's nothing fluid about this offense. And wide receivers do not seem open half the time. I was watching Calgary's offense go, and Vernon Adams was finding guys that were wide open. Yeah. And again, that's Bomber defense right now. So we'll discuss that as well. But yeah, there's no big plays downfield. It's a lot of short stuff. I don't even think you're using Tim White or Ontario Wilson properly. You finally got maybe Dembski into his game, and Dru Brown almost missed him on that one touchdown, but it was a great catch by Dembski to take that rock all the way to the end zone. But yeah, right now you're not using Brady Oliveira enough. Why pay this guy all this money if you're not going to use him when you need him, especially when you have a quarterback who's struggling?
Yes.
The game was still close. It's a CFL. You can run the ball and get back into a game.
They were away.
But Tommy Condell's reasoning was, hey, we need to throw because we need to get back in this game quicker. Come on, man. They asked him questions about it, and his defensiveness about his whole offense and about his whole play calling just rubbed me kind of the wrong way. And we've heard about him actually not being a good OC back in Ottawa and Hamilton. Yeah. So again, we ripped on Jason Hogan last year for about all the same stuff, and we're still 7th in the league in basically every statistical category on offense. So it hasn't gotten any better. And I get it. I mean, Zach Claros was hurt last year, and we had Strebler throwing 9 times a game last year. And this offense is still the same.
Foolish. Bomber fans, what's one word you'd use to describe Tommy Condell's offense? Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Let's do some overreaction or reality. First one's going to be tough. Stanley Bryant is over the hill.
I think that's reality, unfortunately. I've never seen him get bowled over like he did last week. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of him on this play. I can't remember who it was, but I've just seen him get knocked straight on his ass. And I know there was issues with that O-line. Tell me, okay, before we go, I'll let you answer here. You got your right tackle hurt. So all of a sudden now your left guard's got to go to right tackle, your center's going to left guard, and the backup center is coming in. Like that seems like a crazy shift to me. And I know it's a CFL, we can only have so many guys, but that seemed wild to me to even put these guys in this position and expect Gabe Wallace to have a good game out there. Like that to me, it just blew my mind as well. But yeah, unfortunately for Stanley Bryant, I think his time has come.
Someone has to go out there.
I know, but it's just like, why could you not have a guy that could just go into right tackle? I know you don't have the right guys. You can't dress everyone for each spot. I get that. But it just seemed a lot of shifting around to make that work, and it backfired big time.
And also the ratio.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Vanderpool's in this week, so we'll see. But
over the hill, I think it's a reality, respectfully, over the hill when we talk about expectations from an all-time great.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a slide that folks have seen. He's clearly not the perennial offensive lineman of the year candidate. He still may be productive somewhere on the line. I don't know. We talked earlier, I think in the offseason, should they consider moving Broxton and switching him with Stanley Bryant as a left tackle, as he's being an effective left tackle last season with BC. So who knows if that's even being debated still, or if it's still loyalty with Mike O'Shea. We're not sure. But yeah, I think it's not looking good right now for Stanley Bryant. Everyone's hoping that it turns around somehow, but it's a rough go right now. It's a rough go.
Well, you got to think though too, is Gabe Wallace not having the season we're hoping he is too, and Bryant's trying to overcompensate for that kind of stuff too, right? So
no,
I think that whole line is a mess.
That's not the case. I don't think. Like when you mentioned some guy getting pounded, you don't see this guy getting run over, pulled over. Yeah. That's not Gabe Wallace's fault.
Right.
The Bombers are not a contender without Zach Collaros.
Yeah, let's go reality. Like I don't even think they're a contender with Zach Collaros in there.
Yeah.
Really right now. And it just popped into my head. The teams they've actually beaten are some of the worst teams in the league. Right? Toronto and Ottawa. And then Hamilton after Bo Levi got hurt. The only win is against Calgary, who are missing a lot of starters. Right? Yeah. So they've lost to the good teams, Hamilton, Elks, and Calgary right now. And the first half of their schedule is pretty easy. Second half, oh God, look out. So yeah, I think this team's in trouble no matter what.
They are not a contender without Zach Collaros. Unless Dru Brown turns his game around, they are not a contender without Zach Collaros. Jordan Younger is the main problem with the Bombers' defense. Not saying the only problem, because there clearly is more than one problem. But Jordan Younger is the main problem with the Bombers' defense.
I'm going to go overreaction on this one because, like you say, there's a lot of problems. His play calling at times is not great, but sometimes it is. And he's not out there trying to make tackles. Like that Philpott touchdown, 3 different guys. Who was it? Holm, Nichols, and I can't remember the other guy. Moxie, yeah. All had a shot at him, right? And those are supposed to be 3 of your best players right there.
Yeah.
Evan Holm was terrible last game. Dietrich Nichols was terrible. Moxie, unfortunately, has been not a good signing, and so I think those DBs are definitely in trouble. And it hurts his Bomber team because if we're not getting pressure or a sack, the other team's completing the pass. And Jordan Younger, I don't know. Yeah. The crazy thing is, as bad as that defense was, they gave this Bomber offense opportunities to get back in this game against Calgary. But the Bomber offense just gave the ball back to Calgary. So obviously that hurt the Bomber defense in the end. But yeah, too many players making mistakes out there.
What's the main problem then?
Yeah, like you said, it's a combination of everything, right?
The question, so what's the main problem?
Well, I guess the main problem always starts with the coach, right? So Jordan Younger, I guess, would be your main problem. But he can't be out there making those tackles. So if you look at that Philpott play, that play doesn't go for a touchdown because the guys were in the right spot. They just screwed up, right? So, hey, Jordan Younger maybe called a good play on that one. So, and what's the rookie's name? I'm going to say
the main problem is DB play.
Yeah.
Jordan Younger is not the main problem. You look at that Philpott big play, missed tackle like we talked about before. McAllister big play, Nichols took the wrong coverage on that one. The corner took the outside guy while he's someone on the inside. Philpott, big play for the TD, the missed tackles. Again, Jones TD deep in the end zone. Williams was right there, and he didn't make the play. How can you put that on the coach? That's not the main problem. It's the DBs.
Okay, so quick question, and we'll throw this one in there because we did it with Stanley Bryden. Overreaction or reality is Dietrich Nichols over the hill. He has not been good this year.
Probably no. That whole secondary has been a mess. They are not communicating properly. They're not obviously checking off to each other. It's horrendous.
But I mean, you got Nichols and Holm who have been there forever, right? You got Major Williams who's brand new, Moxie who's played in the CFL before, and Reddick Cramdy at safety. Well, until last game. Maybe that safety position, you're missing a guy like Brandon Alexander to kind of be the quarterback back there, and maybe that's maybe that's the issue because you're watching Evan Holm make mistakes that he's never made, right? And out of position so many times. Same with Dietrich Nichols. Like that whole DB crew seems off.
Where's Cam Allen?
Still in the 6th game, right? Which he should have been off by now, I guess.
Dang, he was so good. He was so good.
And Jake Kelly had some plays, made a good play in the end zone, I think, last week. But other than that, like this, those DBs, where's the interceptions? Where's the plays, right?
Yeah. If you could make one trade before Labor Day, what position are you focusing on? Well, defensive backs. Need a playmaker at corner or halfback. Nichols getting torched. Moxie isn't getting much better. That's the position I'd be focusing on.
All right, I had that on there too, but I'll go with O-line. If we can find someone to solidify that line a little bit better, and maybe it does include Broxton going left tackle, Stanley Bryant going right tackle. But again, me grading O-linemen or the guards in this sense or the center, I don't have the skills for that. But this O-line is getting beat up, and they're getting beat a lot. So
that's the thing; they are getting beat up rather than them doing the beating up. And you can only do that if you commit to the run. Yes, you're not gonna. Your drive might stall here and there, but at least kick their ass. Like I'm getting sick of watching this, putting even the O-line in bad positions. Passing on first down unnecessarily, not having an effective play action or RPO with a mobile quarterback like Brown. It's like, oh, man. Okay.
Go back to the Condell offense or what?
No. We should go to the Bomber Blueprint. Because I'm going to say the same thing I just finished talking about that I've been talking about for weeks now. With the offense, run the damn ball. Bring back bully. It's like Marshawn Lynch said, if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people aren't going to be able to take that over and over and over and over and over and over. They're just not going to want that. And it's true. And then he just run through him MFer's face. Like, they got to do that. Where is the running game and creativity that they had against Hamilton when Tyler Elgersma went into the game? They had Dembski on coming across and doing forward pitches. Where is that creativity in the running game? You just bring it out for Tyler Elgersma? Ugh, just do that. Have a creative running game and stick to it. Kick their ass with the O-line. I almost swore again.
Well, and you say even the touchdown in the Hamilton game was a forward toss to Ontario Wilson, right? On a sweep. Why not more of that? But yeah, I agree with you. Obviously, it's protect QB and run the ball, right? The Bombers have turned the ball over 16 times already on offense this year. That's the second most in the CFL.
Yep.
I'm assuming Ottawa's the worst. I don't know. But we talked about this earlier. They're ranked 7th in points, ranked 7th in net yards, 6th in rushing, and 8th in passing. So, but you're 6th in rushing. You got Brady Oliveira, who right now between him, Dietrich Mills, and Rankin are probably your top 3 running backs, right? And you're not using him enough, and you finally got him going. He was having a wicked game against Calgary.
Oh yeah,
he was. Besides even that 45-yard run, he was having great plays, and a few that got called back due to holding and stuff like that. So use him. Let him be the focus, which is going to open up maybe your guys to go deep, because we need some deep passes down there that are going to complete. Use Tim White's speed unless it's gone, right? Yeah. You're not using any of that. So why did you bring this guy in? Tommy Neal unfortunately had I think it was that game, he had a pretty bad drop in the end zone. But you got to get these guys kind of more involved. But again, Brady's got to be your focus and protect the quarterback.
You have the 6th ranked running game in the league with the 3rd most yards by a single player. That's
Yeah, maybe.
nonsensical.
Yeah,
That means you can run the ball effectively and you're choosing not to.
yeah. And
Dude.
hey, Drew Brown is obviously starting again. Protect that damn ball, man. Please
Yes.
stop putting it into harm's way. If it's
Yes.
not there, just do something else with it. You can't throw 4 interceptions and expect to win a game.
No matter who you're playing against.
No.
Ooh, that rookie quarterback for BC. I'm kind of excited to see him.
You know
Is
he's gonna go
Salter?
off here, right? You know he's gonna go off, right?
Yep. Yep.
You want to talk about this defense?
Sure. You can go first.
Okay. Again, we talked about the Bombers giving up the ball 16 times, turning it over. Time for this defense to start creating more turnovers on their end. Srezda, Willie Jefferson with sacks. I think someone else too. The rookie, what's his name again? Gatcore?
But yes.
That
Got
yes. Gatcore. Great sequence of plays from that guy, right? And hopefully he can build off that because that's again, we need someone on that other side that can do that. But again, Caden Salter, first CFL start, actually came into the end of the last game that BC played. Did all right. Not a lot of yards, on completions, but he can definitely run. Not a lot of film on the guy, and Bombers and running QBs. And they just got torched by VA. This defense, 319 yards. Like I said, they kept Mills in check for the most part until that last 34-yard TD, which where I think the Bombers had basically quit at that point. James Butler's out. So, I mean, this is the opportunity for this defense to kind of, I don't know, put themselves back on the map in a way. You're playing a team that's struggling on offense, and you should expect to do very good against them. So, yeah, we're going to really need this D to step up in this game.
I think with the current state of the Bombers pass rush and the inability of BC to stop the pass rush, I hope that gives the Bombers more room to not blitz. Let linebackers help in the coverage, and also it might have a linebacker spy on this Salter rookie who can definitely take off with the ball. So hopefully he can stick with rushing 4. Apparently, like Ken Austin was his coordinator in university at Liberty, so I'm sure he's gotten some advice from Ken Austin how to play the CFL game. Maybe give him a call or something like that. But the Bombers front 4 definitely have to be on their game this game. Because
Well,
they'll
yeah,
probably also lean on the running game as well.
yeah, and I
Because they
think a
don't want to
lot of
put
it.
it all on this rookie quarterback.
No, a lot of the running will probably come from him as well. Like the guy put up over 1,000 yards in university or college.
That's why you got to have a
So
spy on him.
yeah, so I can see them using his legs a lot to open things up.
Special teams. Punt return opportunities will be had. That's all I have to say.
We talked about how good this coverage team was, and then unfortunately, last game crept in, and the missed field goal by Castillo again. I think the offense relies on Castillo too much, and I think the play calling sometimes resembles that when they're inside the 40. It's like they're not looking to make a too risky of a play sometimes, and they're like, okay, we're going to settle for a 53-yard field goal here. Well, it came back to bite him in the ass, right? Where McAllister took that punt or that missed field goal back. So yeah, coverage teams need to bounce back. Trey Bava had a good game against Calgary. So again, like you say, the opportunity might be there for him, but yeah, they really got to get their coverage game back on track. You can't be giving up touchdowns on special teams.
And McAllister went nuts in one half.
Three TDs, man.
Bomber fans, what do you think the Bombers got to do to get this victory? Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Let's move into a little bit of CFL talk. CFL Power 4. Who is on the top of your power rankings? Let's go with number 4 to start. You can go first.
I'm going to go with the Stampeders. Again, tougher schedule to start. They look good against the Bombers, so I'll slot them in at number 4.
I'm going to put Saskatchewan at 4 because I think I agree with you for the most part. I just think Calgary can beat Saskatchewan at this point. So now that you know my 3 and 4. I just have Saskatchewan at 4, Calgary at 3.
And mine will be Saskatchewan at 3. So there you go. Again, I think, Elks and Saskatchewan coming back up again. I think, yeah, Saskatchewan, Calgary will definitely be a good game as well.
Oh, Elks and Saskatchewan should be another good game. They're getting close to 30,000.
Let's go, Edmonton and Commonwealth. Fill that place up as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I still think they should really consider getting a new stadium in Edmonton. I get it. I'm talking about if funds weren't a big thing, la la la, and the economy isn't what is, and if you can get a non-taxpayer funded facility, you got to improve. I don't think in the future Edmonton's going to draw 60,000 people, and that place is always going to be cavernous with banners there. So I think they just need a smaller stadium, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, build something in the range of the Bombers in Saskatchewan, right? 30 to 35. So that when you do a Grey Cup, you have enough seats for it. But yeah, it's a huge stadium, man. And it'd be crazy if I ever see another 60,000 people in that stadium for a CFL game.
Yeah, keep it for big concerts and Grey Cups and maybe the playoffs.
Yeah, except for that last. Did you see that Post Malone concert there the other night with the rain?
The lightning, that was
Crap.
crazy. Yeah. Who do you got at number 2? I have the Elks.
I'm going to go with Montreal. Just with the Elks, their big 2 victories, or not big 2 victories, their victory over Saskatchewan. They beat Montreal earlier. Cody Fajardo's looking good. So, yeah, I'm going Montreal number 2, and obviously Elks number 1 right now.
I got Montreal at number 1 because, oh man, they're just humming, and I really like Davis Alexander. He's that dude. He's entertaining so to watch.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Except when you're playing against him, then you want to punch him in the face, but.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No,
I don't feel violence towards the guy, but
not literally. Just
the only player I've felt that about is Doug Flutie because he was just crazy guy, and who knows where Davis Alexander will be in 10 years. Where do you think the CFL Power 4 is at? Smash the subscribe button. Sit 'em, start 'em, sit 'em, fantasy. Start 'em. I got Tyson Philpott with Montreal going up against Ottawa, so yep.
That's who I got.
Like,
it's just
you don't have to defend that choice at all.
No, I know. I guess it just seems like a too easy choice when both of us are picking it.
Yeah, it's easy to fall out of love with Justin Rankin.
Yeah.
When he has a couple bad ones, but not bad ones, just not as effective.
Just not what he was doing in the first couple weeks of the season, which I guess we should have expected at some point, right?
Yeah, you got to slow down somehow. Even Tyson Philpott slowed it down.
You're not going to get. Yeah. What did he get last week?
80 something.
Was he under 100? Oh, yeah. So.
And then Tyler Sneed put up 100 something.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh. Well, it's crazy, when you got 2 guys like that, right? And the Bombers have those guys. We just haven't seen them pop off like that. Like they're getting nice numbers, but not crazy numbers like that. So.
And who do you got for Sidham?
I'm going to stick with that same game and go with Jake Mayer at QB. Because you're running out of a lot of options at QB. There's so many starters down right now. And Jake Mayer is one of them. So if you got him, I probably would not start him.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, my goodness. You could choose him almost every week for Sidham.
Unless, next time he plays the Bombers, you would start him.
Start him. I'm going to go with Saskatchewan's running back. If AJ Ouellette doesn't come back, it doesn't sound like he is going to come back. Thomas Bertrand Houdon. Big back, 220, but Edmonton is stout against the run. I don't think his style will do very well, which I think will hurt Edmonton, actually. Obviously. So I'm sorry, hurt Saskatchewan.
I was like, what?
You're like, what?
Shouldn't you start
Obviously, what are you talking about? So yeah, that's what I'm picking for that one. Let's go with CFL quick and dirty predictions. Who's on Thursday night? I think I listed this wrong.
Winnipeg and BC.
Thank you. I'm not a good fan, obviously. Winnipeg, BC, who you got?
I'm going to pick the Bombers in this one, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything. But they should win this freaking game. They need to win this game. It's almost a must-win game.
Yeah.
Because their schedule just gets harder from after here. They got BC, bye, and then Ottawa. They got to win both of those because then it's Labor Day and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got Winnipeg taking this one closer than we think. I think BC defense might play actually really well. I think they will focus on Brady Oliveira, and they will force Dru Brown to use his arm. So that might keep things actually pretty tight. But I'm still going to take the Bombers at home. Montreal, Ottawa. In Ottawa, I'm going to go with Montreal. Because again,
Yeah.
Ottawa.
Yeah. I got to go Montreal. This does seem like one of those trap games where, Ottawa did play good against Winnipeg. They might, but yeah, no. Montreal's too good. I can't see the Montreal falling for that kind of stuff.
Even in trap games, they find a way.
Yeah.
They find a way. And it's kind of fun watching. It's not fun, but it's a little entertaining watching Ryan Dinwiddie get frustrated like that on the sideline. He's one of those guys.
That you want to punch in the face?
Wow, violence. Calgary, Hamilton in Hamilton. Who do you got?
I got to go Calgary. But I think it will be a close game because, Hamilton's D is actually still pretty good. They're doing well. Yeah. And Trey Ford has shown some glimpses, but I still think Calgary is going to start going on a roll a bit here.
I'm going to say we talk about good VA and there's bad VA. I think it's about time. Now, is the record broken? For sure, eh?
Yeah.
20 touchdowns?
Yeah, he broke it.
Now it's time for just a little dash of bad VA because I think the Hamilton defense will play good and Trey Ford will make enough plays to win at home. So I'm going to take this one in an upset special. Hamilton at home to beat the Calgary Stampeders. Last game of the week, Saskatchewan at Edmonton.
Hold on. You just put Calgary as number 3 in your power rankings, right?
Yeah.
Right now you're having them lose to Hamilton.
Well, they can drop next week.
All right. Yeah, I guess so.
Just because you're on the power ranking doesn't mean you guaranteed to win in the week.
No, I know.
We'll have to have an upset special. I think Milanovic will do some good work with Trey Ford this week. Saskatchewan and Calgary's defense isn't the best.
Wow. The Bombers tried to make him look good.
Yeah. Geez, Calgary's defense sometimes lets some big ones too. Saskatchewan, Edmonton. In Edmonton in a rematch, a good game, top 2 teams or top 3 teams, top whatever in the CFL. I'm going to go Edmonton gets the win at home.
I know I picked Saskatchewan last week. I'm going to go against my power rankings, I guess, as well. After I question you, I'm going to say Saskatchewan in this one in the rematch. But again, another close, very good game.
Saskatchewan, this one. CFL fans, Bomber fans, put your predictions in the comments section below and do us a huge favor. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button. Benny, you have anything to say to our friends?
You know what? Thanks a lot for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. Enjoy the Bomber game tomorrow. I'll be there. Go Bombers, go.
Enjoy the Bomber game. I will not be there. And in the words of LeVar Burton, we'll see you next time.
Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Denny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.